Hello and welcome to Sacred State Oracle. I'm doing weekly pick a card general readings to receive intuitive messages for you. Feel free to pause this video to tune in and see which card calls to you. It's a general reading. If it doesn't resonate with you, just leave it. And remember, no card reading should dictate your life. Always trust your own intuition and use common sense. If you find these readings helpful, feel free to like the video, subscribe, and click the bell so you know when a new one is up. Your support means a lot and helps the space grow. With that being said, I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. Hello, deck number one. Welcome to this week pick a card reading. This week, I want to dive into relationships, okay? More so romantic relationships. We'll see what card's going to show us for the upcoming week. I hope you're ready and open. But remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Okay, let's just dive in and see what happens. Deck number one, you got Goddess of the Moon. When I look at her and I read intuitively, if you're new to my channel, what I feel is that she's the one who did certain self-discovery work, and she is in a place where she knows who she is. And when I say she, I'm just saying because there's a feminine on the card, but if you feminine or masculine, it doesn't matter, right? So you already done that work where you tap and connect it to your intuition. You are a bit of mysterious. I'm hearing Pisces. And you kind of live by your own rules. You do not necessarily do what the society expects from you. You at the point where you figure out and connect it to yourself. So you let that inner voice, inner guidance, your soul make decisions for you. Or you make a decision based on that inner guidance, because intuitively you feel already in this point of your life what connects, what resonates, what is on the right frequency for you, what serves your highest good. Okay, I feel that it's like a nice, more so established energy that it does not necessarily question too much of who they are. Of course, we don't have answers for everything. Of course, we learn every day about ourselves. Of course, we go back to things that we thought we healed before. That's all fine. But in the same sense, I feel that you do not necessarily, how to put it into words, go back and forth and so unsure, is this for me, is it me? Like there is like the sense of knowingness of who you are on a deeper level, and you allow that to guide you, which I think is amazing. It's amazing because then you stay true to yourself. It's amazing because you can lead your life and make decisions that align with who you know you are, and that's freedom. And I feel like that is the big part of personal fulfillment and personal success, whatever it might look for you, because you allow things to come into your life that resonate with you, or you set goals and go after things that you know align with your values, with your passion, with your way you look at life. And again, I think it's absolutely amazing. But let's see how that reflects in relationships. Let's see what kind of cards that we're going to pull for you. Because again, the focus of this reading is your relationships and the romantic ones. And if you're single, then we'll see maybe there's something new coming up for you. So I'm just tuning in to see what card deck I want to use for this, because I put a few ready. Let's see. I feel like pulling cards from the same deck for you, deck number one. So at least the first one. So when it comes to romantic. Okay, this one flew out, landed on the floor, and I am just tuning in to see how to read it. Oh, okay. It landed in reverse. Okay, so I'm tapping in and I say, I feel like intuitively I need to read it in reverse. So what I feel for you, deck number one, is that you had a relationship experience that ended for some of you recently, for some of you not so much. So it's been some time where you actually took that time and did the healing work and looked deeper into what this person reflected back at you and what kind of lessons you've learned from it. Okay. You, for most of you, not for all of you, it feels like, it feels to me that, well, first of all, what I'm getting right now is that having a caring relationship is your goal. You do have this pull towards finding and having that in your life. Or for those people who are already in relationship, it's like making it to a new level that there's more care, more connection. So if you are with someone right now, perhaps you had some kind of disagreement, something happened that caused conflict between you two and forced you even maybe look deeper into yourself and who you are. For others who have the breakup with their partner, with a romantic connection, it's like you were able to look at it and like, that didn't work out. You like, I don't feel too much pain. I don't feel like, like when you first break up, even if you know what the person is not right for you, you still feel a lot of emotions connected to this past connection. But I'm not getting it. I feel like that happened. You had time to heal. You had time to um, process it. And then you spend time focusing on yourself and doing that deeper work of who you are, what else you want in a relationship. Say whatever didn't work out, whatever part of it that didn't resonate with you. And again, I feel like it's because you know yourself. You it helped you to like add additional things that you want in a relationship. Does that make sense? And that's amazing because this is a healthy way to look at this relationship that didn't work out, not to look at them back and blame your partner for whatever they've done or didn't do, not to blame yourself for whatever you did or didn't do, but objectively be able to step back and look at it as an example in a picture and be like, okay, or like in the book, this character did this character did that, based on their past experiences, based on how they understand life, relationships, etc. And then come to conclusions of what, either you want more in your future partner, where you want out of yourself and how you handle situations and communications and things like that from the future. Okay, that's really cool. It feels very healthy. I'm not picking up on much pain and like feelings of heartbrokenness. That's the word. It feels good. It feels good. Now let's see what else is coming for you. I am okay. I am getting full to this deck, so I'm going to listen to it. Let's see deck number one. What else? What else is happening for you? What do you need to know when it comes to romantic relationships? Okay. There's like 4 cards that fall out. I'm going to take this too. No? All right, the spirit says no. He's like, Okay, we'll reshuffle again. Sometimes that happens. I'm just listening to. Okay, we'll take this one. This one says inner life, card number 43. And it said, your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. That's interesting. Do you see those spheres, the energy? All right, I love it. So, to me, what it feels like, the message of this card is that, remember how I was talking about the middle card, that you establish your energy. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's just like you know who you are, but now you diving into a deeper parts of it. It's almost like you're going into your inner world, into inner self, to create from within what you want the universe to reflect for you in your life. You want peace, you go in finding where the parts of you that not in peace with one another, where your shadow self maybe haven't been acknowledged, um, and things like that. And then from that place, from within, you're able to bring and attract and cultivate, right, that loving relationship. But for you, and honestly for everyone, it all starts from within. It all starts with your relationship with yourself. So this is like a really good reminder. This wise woman sitting here meditating, getting deeper, but you see like this sphere here is in her, around her sacral area, and that's the chakra, that's the energy center of creation. She's creating this. Okay, I feel pretty good about you, deck number one. I feel like you're like did this deeper work and you understand how your inner energies and emotions um, reflect, or I would say like the universe reflects back to you that inner state. And the more you go in and take care of the inner state, you more and more peaceful, more and more beautiful garden you're able to create, more and more of those caring connections you'll be able to create in your life. It's going into your garden, metaphorically speaking, and finding the weeds that are still there. It's up to you. You can be the gardener of your garden. You can plant what you want. You can tend to the soil. Okay, and by that I mean you can work on your inner, I want to say demons, right? Inner demons, in the sense that um, things that you know that you probably they don't serve you, and you can do a little bit better without it. Certain habits, certain knee-jerk reactions, certain concepts. I'm feeling I'm feeling the concept of how you view relationship or yourself in that dynamic. And it's just peaceful. It's like you're at the point where you know you're okay. You're okay when you're alone because you're not chasing to be loved. You're at the point where you understand that love is everywhere. And when you look for love, you're not looking to be, you're not in the place of need. Love me, love me. When you look for love, you look for just beautiful confirmations that you love by universe, you love by your friends, so universe or source loves you through so many things, through the sunshine, the breeze, the beautiful flowers, the birds, the air we breathe, the how things work out for you. And I think that's absolutely beautiful message. I love this reading for you. Let me know in the comments if it resonates, what you take out of from this message for you from this reading. Looks great. Looks great. You guys are doing a good job working on the inside and bringing it into the fruition. Enjoy your week and talk soon. Hello, deck number two, and welcome to this week pick a card reading. This week, I want to focus on relationships, particularly romantic relationships. Now, this is a general reading, so you guys take what resonates with you, okay? And leave the rest behind. Just tap into your intuition and see what pulls, what makes sense for you. Be open, but again, it's always best to use your intuition. I am feeling a little bit hesitant before I even open this card. So that's interesting. But again, the reading for this week is all about romantic relationships and perhaps relationship with yourself too, because that's often how it reflects in the outside world for us. Okay, let's just see. Even though I feel really hesitant, okay, I'm sure we'll get more as we go in. Woman holding a coin in reverse for you. Okay, I'm going to flip it, but I'm going to read it as reverse. But also, I do read my cards intuitively, tapping into energies that come through, the messages that come through, physical sensation that come through, and things like that. Even though I know this deck, this one was actually one of the first decks I started to use consistently that I really connected with. And throughout all these years, I don't remember how many years it's been, it stuck with me. I love this. I love this deck. Anyways, let's see what I am. Okay, so what I feel from this card is that for some of you, there is even like this card in this deck is all about kind of money, right? But to me, it feels about your own value. And funny enough, the way we value ourselves or how we perceive our own self worth often reflects how much money we bring in, even though money doesn't define us. But how we perceive our self worth will reflect with how much money we make. Because if you don't feel worthy, you're not gonna ask for a raise. If you don't feel worthy, um, you're gonna act from a different place versus when you feel your own self worth. I hope that makes sense. So for some of you, it feels deck number two that perhaps you're going through more of the hardship where it's a little bit tight with money. So you're thinking, oh, how can I even go on dates? They're going to ask me what I do for work. I feel embarrassed with my current job position or not having a job at the moment. So for you who are single and want to go out, and want to find a partner, it feels like, especially, yeah, especially if you haven't had a job for a while, money is tight. I mean, we know that everything has, like, you have to pay for clothes, for makeup, for dinner. You know, if you're taking someone out, like it has to be paid for, right? And I feel for you, deck number one, financial constraints, is that the word? Financial troubles, challenges, the ones that are kind of putting this little block on how you see yourself if you can go out and date, if you're single. If you are with someone and you're experiencing financial hardship, we know that probably more relationships, like, they crumble under that pressure of being able to pay for everything, right? The mortgage, the care for kids, and additional stuff, health insurance, cars, the list goes on. And because of you experiencing that, you might see yourself unworthy of how your partner sees you, or you might feel that you are failing. And then that talk starts coming up, the self-destructing one, when you really start not being nice and kind to yourself and not giving yourself grace. And for some of you, unfortunately, it's not helpful that your partner also adds to it. And that is really hard, where you generally been trying and hasn't just clicked yet, and is not helpful at all when your partner adds to it, and you start feeling their disapproval. I don't know if they voice it verbally or not, but you can tell. Okay, so those two different messages for the ones who are single, the ones who are with the current partner. Let's see, though, what. Yeah, let's move from this energy. It's getting really heavy, so my heart goes out to you if you're going through something like that. I know it's not easy at all to have all those responsibilities and be responsible for providing, or when you're starting a new, you have the feeling of going out and connecting, you're searching for that connection, and then you feel limited by finances. Okay, I want to pull from this deck for you. Let's see what it says. Spirit, what else is happening for deck number 2 in regards to romantic relationships? What kind of advice, or I don't know. I'm open to whatever message comes through. Whatever you guys need to hear, I trust that it'll plays out. I got 2 cards here for you. That's funny. They are both with a very similar messages. Okay. The dragonfly spirit says truth transcends illusion. And the chameleon spirit says act as if. So if you ever if you ever looked into, let's see, if you ever looked into law of attraction and things like that, manifestation laws, and you're familiar with that, then you know that our energy is what dictates the outside of what is happening. And if we want something, we have to be in a state of alignment of already having that which we desire. In this sense, in this reading, it is that self-value, that better financial position than what you're in. And so I know it's easier said than done to imagine yourself that you are in the place of abundance. You already have what you want. You're already in the caring relationships. Everything is wonderful. It's really hard when the reality reflects difference to you. But truth transcends the illusion. And that, again, like, I feel that if you, let me see how to word it. The truth is you are abundant being. The truth is that there is plenty of things to go around, the money, and if it's hard for you to see it that way and you need a different example of abundance, then see what outside of you. I remember going on a walk in the park and I was tapping into divine money consciousness, and I said, listen, how can I be more in that energy of abundance, in the energy of the abundance of income that I desire? Okay. And then the messages that I was receiving were like, hey, do you see how many leaves are on this tree and on this tree and on this tree? Do you see how many grass blades in this lawn and this field? You know, and do you tune in and see how many bird songs you're hearing right at this moment? So there was an abundance of nature, abundance of air I was breathing, abundance of even like the animals, the birds were singing. Okay. And even right now, I just glanced down on the chameleon and I see all these leaves, petals happening for you. There's a lot of purple colors going through, purple and green. It's beautiful. Purple to me is more of it to do with connection with your like third eye and higher chakras. And it's about the vision. It's about knowing that you're okay and that you can shift the energies. It's up to you. you're the creator. And I know it's like maybe at this point overused, the wording, you're a creator of your own reality, but you do manifest every single moment depending on where state of energy you are, depending on what thoughts you allow to occupy your mind, what thoughts you tend to. If you dwell on something, that's where you're putting your focus. And it would do you better if you're able to switch it a little bit. And I know if you're in a certain place, you cannot just jump 10 steps higher above that state of being. So look for something that is one step for you, meaning can you shift that degree of the state you are just by a little bit? What makes you feel a little bit better? What can you change in your life just a little bit so that it helps you to go into the state of abundance, the state of success, the state of self-love, the state of understanding that you are truly unlimited being. You're worthy to receive anything and everything that you want in that beautiful connected way, and that you already have a lot. So it helps to look for things that you already have and pay attention to that versus what you do not have. And it takes time to train your mind to do it. It does take discipline. It's not something you do for one minute and then the rest of the week you're not tapping into. So for the week ahead, I would invite you to act as if you already have that better job, if you're looking for a job, that you have covered your car payments, mortgages, that you are able to go and spend money on a new outfit, and dig into deeper truth too, to see like who you are on the level of a spiritual being. And if you need to learn more about it, there's plenty information out there these days that talks about, I mean, so many YouTube videos, etc., that you can look into for free and see what resonates with you and see if anything clicks. And if there are any meditation you stumble upon to do that inner work of helping you do this realignment towards what you desire, so you don't stay in a state of block as much. Okay. So for you, when it comes to relationships, because I want to talk about relationships this week, the next step is um, to get to desired relationship is that to understand your own value, and don't tie your own value to how much money you make, because we are all priceless. You, me, everyone else, we all the same. But it takes, because we have all different experiences in life, for some of us, we have to learn to really, truly value ourselves. And that's the work. But once you get to it, you'll be able to, sorry, I'm getting a call on my phone. Hopefully that does not affect this reading. And since nothing is coincidental, I wonder if there is a call that you need to make or receive. Maybe this reading is your wake-up call. Come on, like, let's recalibrate your thinking. But I feel like that if you follow the signs, also, like, this just came as for some of you, dragonfly is a sign that maybe you see, just to remind you that you're not alone, or is this universe trying to guide you towards something. But if you'll be able to really do that inner work and address your own value, then your self-worth changes, the way you feel yourself, the way you see yourself. And when that changes, then universe start reflecting it differently. You treat yourself differently, then everyone else start treating yourself differently. So choose yourself, even though you feel like maybe you're going through okay, for some of you came just like a shedding old, and like you need this growth. You're in the situation so that you can start changing the way you view yourself and not continue to be at this state. We're getting a little bit over the time I allow for this reading, so I'm gonna conclude it, but there's more and more messages coming, in a sense that it's important for you to like shed that old you and the thoughts that you associate with yourself, like labels, all those labels you give yourself that are not kind, and see yourself more of the that limitless potential, and cultivate that self-love and own value, because you are priceless, so that the reality can start shifting for you. Okay, it's not overnight success. So for this week, find a little things you can do for yourself in that sense. Okay, I wish you a good week ahead, and let me know in the comments if it resonates. And honestly, just feel with this reading and like this. I don't know how to put words to this energy. Like you're watched over, like you're guided, but because you're so stressed, you cannot see it, you cannot hear it. And I really hope this reading helped you in a way to maybe something clicked within you. There may be some reminders in this reading, and that you are able to take some of the advice given here, some of the messages that came through, and apply it so that you can start recovering from the situation you're in. All right, deck number 2, I wish you the best week ahead, and we'll talk soon. Hello, deck number 3. Welcome to this week pick a card reading. I am so happy you're here, and I'm very excited to do this reading for you. This week is all about relationships, and specifically romantic relationships. Okay, but a lot of times when it comes to romantic relationships, it boils down to the relationship with yourself. That's a big part of it. But I do not know what this card's going to tell us. I do not know what kind of messages are going to come through. I just show up and go with the flow. Okay. I read my cards intuitively. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I receive messages through knowing, through intuitive guidance, through things that I feel, sense, or hear, and able to translate, because sometimes energies come so fast then it takes some time to put it into the words for you. Now, with that being said, let's dive in deck number 3 and see what you need to know, what's going on in your personal life. I'm excited. Let's go. Deck number 3, you got Tour to Romance. It's in reverse, so that's how I'm going to read it. But I'm going to flip it so you can take a look at the picture. Door to Romance in reverse. What's going on, deck number 3? Why did you close the door? What are the blockages? Let's dive in and see what we can do. Are you choosing to close it because you had enough being on the dating apps? Because I totally understand that. Anytime I went on the dating app, literally regretted the next day. It takes me maybe a week, usually 3 days, where I'm like, okay, you know what? I can't, I'm going to delete it. But still, we have to get out there somehow, right? So for some of you, it feels like you had enough. But for some others, I'm getting this energy of you do not believe, your heart is closed. You do not believe, either it's because of your age, you think it's too late to find the connection, or you lost someone who was so dear to you that you don't even, it's like your heart got you lost someone, and there's your heart is not full, so it's like you can't even feel anything for anyone else, which is totally understandable. So either way, for you, deck number three, you're struggling with being open, with inviting romance into your life, with, even though some of you desired it, you just kind of lost hope, and you don't know, you just don't think it's going to happen to you for different reasons. Some of you might be struggling with a little bit of I don't want to say low self-esteem, but like undeserving of love. And some of you struggling to open up because of the reasons that I just mentioned. So I just want to give you, all of you, a big hug, and send my love to you. Now, let's see what other cards going to show up for you in this situation, what kind of guidance we can receive. I have a few decks here, but right away I got pulled to this one. So deck number three, let's see what Spirit has in store for you. What other messages gonna show up that clarify the main energy, or perhaps, well, cards have a lot to say because there's three of them. And I'm gonna take them all for you today. Okay, I'm gonna switch it here and go this way. The next card, let's do this. The next card that showed up is Difficult Road. Spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. Spirit of perseverance, being prepared for great things, walking the hard path in life. Okay, well, that really resonates and confirms two things that I was telling you through this first card, is that you've been walking through difficult paths on a difficult road, and you've been working through a lot of challenges. Either it was like, as we mentioned, trying to go on dates and connect with people, and going through all the fun in, like, being sarcastic stuff, as being ghosted, misunderstood, mistreated, not connecting, just not connecting, unfortunately. And or if you lost someone, and for some of you, you've been with your partner for quite some time, and then it became more of like living with a roommate versus having a romantic connection, a romantic aspect in the relationship as well. Like the romance is gone, due to different things. Life is, how to put it in words, everything is always changing, right? We might have kids, and then we don't like the way we look, or we're so tired we barely can pay attention to ourselves, and then our partner feels misunderstood, and we feel misunderstood as well, because how did I put so much into this relationship, and then they don't see it, and then they ignore it, or they do worse things than that, and it goes on and on and on. Everyone has different circumstances, but the point is that you've been through a difficult road. So the message here is just persevere. There is a reason why you're going through all of this, but it's up to you. I'm seeing like multiple paths, and depending on which one you choose will lead to different outcomes. I'm just seeing like like this, almost like it's like parallel lives, where because you made a certain choice, you are led to a different outcome. All right, let's see what other cards. Okay, one of them is break free. So here's an option. I'm actually feel like I'm gonna read it as two options, since I was intuitively feeling that you can take two paths, right? One of them would be breaking free. It says you're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. Gosh, guys, I don't know why my message, my card readings are so serious. It goes so deep. It goes so deep into complexity of life and relationships. And it's not just like, it's not just surface and superficial stuff. It's like really taking you into depth where I feel like I can't do like 10 minutes readings anymore. I have to do 20 because there's so much depth into them. But what it says here is that you need to break from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. I hope that oh my gosh, my throat just closed when I was trying to talk to you. Whew. Sorry. um, I feel like it's just sinking in deep, and it's not easy. So for some of you, you close that door to romance with your current partner, or you're closing it with your current partner because you know you need to break away from it. It's you came to conclusion that the future you desire, the who you are, in order for you to honor who you are, you have to break free from this connection. And it's never easy. So my heart goes out to you. So that's one choice you can do, because with a difficult road, it sounds like you guys been through hard times for quite some time, and it doesn't feel like for some of you that it's going anywhere, you know. So breaking free and honoring yourself is one choice you can make. This card invites you to be brave and be real and be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. So feels like you do have support system, even though it might be not in a physical form, might be in a spirit form, but we're never alone. And I hope that brings you comfort, because things you do, really all the choices you make, it's for you. You have to make them from the point of for yourself, and not in a selfish way, but to honor that deeper truth of who you are. For the other people, I get if you're single and you've been trying to date, it's not near. How do I put it in words? And I don't feel it's for everyone. It's just for a small percentage of you. Whew, how do I say it? It's like you need to, if you want to, it's okay. Words come to me. The reason why you're trying to connect so hard is because you're pressured in a way by what you see in the personal lives of people that surround you. And that is not serving you at this moment, because you go out looking for what you see around others have from the place of need. And when we look for something from the place of need, we just push it away. And in that way, you kind of have to step away from what you see in that surround you in the others people, a relationship, their connection. Say everybody's married and having kids because they're a certain age and you're not, and so you're like rushing, trying to so desperately to find it. That's not going to really work, because again, you're going from a place of need and desperation without, so you need to step away from looking outside of you and going inwards and see what is there's this need, and why do I have this need, and going even deeper. Okay. For other people that are single, yeah, it's honestly, it's kind of similar message, like you forgot who you are. Like, honor yourself, Don't seek that outside validation for your own self-worth and love. Okay, let's see what the second option is for your deck number 3. We got dependence. Okay. Without reading this card, and I've never read it before, I feel like some of you choosing to stay with your kids, and that's why you're closing the door to romance, because you're choosing to focus on your family, on your kids specifically. But let's read what it says. There is something or someone you're clinging to, and it's keeping you from stepping into your light. You have everything you need to succeed, and the only approval you need is your own. All right, so for it is like the same message, the breaking free, or similar, I should say, and the dependence message, because both of them call you to step into your own light and honor the authentic person that you are. But I read intuitively. So again, for some of you, you're closing the door to romance right now because you want to focus on your kids, or you have the belief that that's what you have to do. Why not both? So see why you only believe that it's either this or that. It's either you have ability to go date or to take care of your kids. Why not both? Yeah, it might be more difficult for some of us with kids, but also, because like for some of us, we look at into it and we think like, I want to have a partner that will model the behavior of caring, healthy relationship and how to solve problems between two people to my kids in a very beautiful, healthy ways, so that my kids, when they're old enough to go look for connection, the romantic connection, the things that they sow will guide them on their path, right? So some of us, that way we're getting deeper into discernment who we're going to let into our lives, and that is a good thing. But some of you, I feel no, because I have kids, I'm not going to let anybody else in. Or some of you, it's still because you're dealing with the father or mother of the kids, so there's not a good connection. There's still a lot of resentment, maybe, and or pain, or just that paints the future possible partner in not a so great light already to begin with. So there's a lot of barriers that way. But again, it's up to you how you see it. Another form of dependency, if you're still with someone, it's like starting anew at a certain age is really difficult because you're used to certain things, and it's like such a big rearrangement when you decide to end something that was been long term, and especially if there's a lot of things involved, like your house, your kids, your group of friends, even, and etc etc. Things could go on and on. Like, what if you work together? So depending on the things that already established, even though deep inside you're like, oh my gosh, I'm dying, I need the change in my life. So this card also says you only need approval from yourself and not anyone else. So maybe sit down and journal. What is that you truly, truly, honestly, be honest with you, like you wish for your life at this point when it comes to relationships? And the last message, because we're getting very long into the reading, is for you to, oh, where did you go? Oh, there it is. For single people out there, is this is this is what will make you lighter on the inside. I just felt such a uplift of energy. Is where are you protecting yourself and sabotaging when it comes to looking for new connections? Because deep down you're afraid of being hurt again, experience betrayal, experience all those, painful, potential negative things that could happen in any relationships. Where is it that you'd somehow, on a deeper level, feel safer when you're single versus safer when you are in a union? And with that being said, I am gonna finish this reading for you, deck number 3. Lots to think about, but I hope it's been helpful for you. I do wish you to have a great week ahead, but spend some time journaling. Nobody's gonna do it for you. You have to find this time to be honest with yourself. Lots of love and talk soon.